Welcome to Hot Verdict.
Pranked!
What was that?
I just pranked you.
That was weird, Mike.
Well, today we're gonna be watching some of the most insane and cringeworthy YouTube pranks gone wrong, and I wanted to get in on the action. Ha! The heck, man?
Well, it looks like it did go wrong because I had the same idea, Mike.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Well, let's take a look at some even worse pranks.
Some that even venture into illegal territory. What's happening?
So, on to the first video.
Let's check it out.
What? What was that?
What just happened?
Wait, hold on. Oh
my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That was unexpected.
Hulk over here.
Yeah, right? Okay, so he sprays this little water bottle.
Oh my God. I guess in this case, the prankster became the pranky.
Little role reversal, huh?
Yes, a little Uno reverse.
I mean, it's kind of a stupid prank if you ask me, spraying some water on someone, but
Why would anyone do that?
I have no idea, but how did the door get ripped off?
Mike, I'm telling you, strong people like myself will tell you that when we exert too much pressure on doors, they happen to come off. It happens to me all the time.
You could barely throw that tortilla at me 2 seconds ago. I don't even want to hear it.
You're very lucky I didn't apply my full strength, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, who ended up getting pranked the worst here? You got the guy who got water sprayed on him, or the driver who thought it'd be funny to stop and not keep going, but the driver ended up getting his car ruined.
Exactly, so let's be honest, the driver is the one who's gonna be the most upset out of everybody here.
I'd be the most pissed.
I would be so upset.
Who knows what happened to the passenger?
Good question.
Assuming that this door was actually ripped off, is that something you can sue for?
Yeah, so anytime anyone applies any type of unreasonable force to any type of property and they damage that property due to that unreasonable force, absolutely you do have a valid claim where you can sue. Assuming Hulk over here actually really ripped off this door, which seems a little unlikely, but assuming it is actually real, then absolutely the driver could sue because the amount of force on the door would have been unreasonable.
Yeah, there was no reason for that person to apply that force. It wasn't like they were being attacked and they needed to do that to protect themselves.
That actually reminds me, they say that like for mothers, like whenever their child is in danger, that those mothers will now have superhuman strength.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe that's where this came from. Now, Mike, he also grabbed him with a lot of force, looking like he could potentially really injure him. So do you think that perhaps he could sue based on the way he was grabbed?
Yeah, I mean, if he was grabbed and hurt, then yeah, he could sue. The person could also be charged criminally for hurting that person. The only defense is if it's in self-defense, but this is a prank where water was sprayed on the person.
Yes.
So there is no self-defense. There's no, I had to do this to protect myself. The car had already moved. So this person ripping off the door and grabbing that individual in the passenger seat, that person could get in a lot of trouble. But also the person who sprayed the water, that's also assault. So they're all in trouble.
Yeah, everybody's going to jail in this video.
Put them in jail.
Put them all in jail.
Lock them up, and then call us when you need help.
Amen. That reminds me. No, you're absolutely right. There is a fine line between self-defense and retaliation. The moment that you are no longer in fear or apprehension of bodily injury, you can no longer claim self-defense. So going after someone who attacked you in order to try and attack them would be considered retaliation, not self-defense.
Exactly. There's a big difference. Let's look at the next video. What the heck?
Damn. Oh, excuse me?
You gotta hope it's TikTok.
Nah, sir, I was trying to get by.
Well, you need to go and get by.
You gonna dirty me all up, jackass.
Oh, no.
Please stop, for real. I don't want no problems.
Going after him.
Big man. Oh! You better get your ass on, bro. What are you doing?
You need to get your ass on.
You better get your ass on.
Oh my God.
Hey, Trent! I'm gonna get security on your mother.
Yeah, you should be security. Big ass.
All right.
Oh my God. He still got the ice cream on his face.
He's laughing at the end too. So that's actually a good sport, but he was not happy. Yeah, that's crazy. You should not go up to someone and stick food in their face. And then he also farted on him, which is, gross.
Well, that is free ice cream. Any way you can get it, I'll take it.
Wow. By doing this to someone, by shoving food in their face,
Yes.
or even just by passing gas and bothering them like that,
Yes.
are they committing some sort of crime?
Yeah, see, Mike, it all has to do with what is your intent. Are you trying to bother someone? Are you trying to rile them up? If you happen to be gassy and just so happen to coincidentally be passing this man, then that is not legally actionable. But intentionally going up to someone, putting ice cream in their face, we already know that that's battery, but also intentionally farting on someone, that is a form of harassment because you're doing it for the purpose of riling them up.
Yeah, this person intended to bother, someone who's shopping and also to film it, which makes it worse because now you have evidence against you showing that you wanted to bother this person just for views.
Yeah, Mike, I say this all the time, that everyone's like, well, how can you prove intent? How can you prove intent? Well, when you upload the video onto the interweb and you say, fart ice cream bothers customer at Walmart, that pretty much shows intent.
I mean, slam dunk case, right?
So Mike, what about the prankee in this situation, the guy that's being pranked? Can he get in trouble for the way he reacted with those bins?
Yes, he can. This is similar to the last video. When someone reacts with force that is unnecessary, it's no longer self-defense, right? And him throwing the bins at the person, it wasn't like he needed to do that to get away from that person. He could have walked away. So it's not self-defense. It's a reaction and it's retaliation and it's another crime, which just goes to show you that even when someone pranks you, you can't necessarily respond with doing something back to them.
Exactly like Mike was saying, when you have the ability to de-escalate the situation by leaving, then you should leave, right? But what if this prankster keeps going up to him, keeps farting right next to the ice cream?
Yeah.
Does that change the scenario?
Well, don't buy that ice cream, obviously. But
disgusting.
if someone keeps doing it and you don't really have a way to avoid it, then possibly using some force to get them away from you is possible. In this situation, the guy's picking up the bin, throwing at him. It's kind of clear that he's charging forward.
Right.
But if you're kind of getting your, backing up and trying to get away from someone that keeps attacking you, then there may be an excuse to say that you needed to throw those bins. It just, from the video here, you can tell that that's not the case. Obviously, you film this, you're creating evidence against yourself, but what is the law when it comes to filming people without their consent to do these TikTok pranks?
See, that's a tricky thing because on one hand, no one wants to be on the receiving end of a prank, but then for that to be recorded and memorialized for all of your friends and your neighbors to see what's going on makes it even worse. But when we talk about the law, there's really not much you can do about that because when you are in a public place, there is no expectation of privacy. And if there's no expectation of privacy, then someone can record you without your consent. The only time that they wouldn't be able to do so is if there is an expectation of privacy or if you're in a public place and you create a private zone. That would be a bathroom, for example. So even though a bathroom might be in a public store, you are in a private zone within that public store, and therefore you would have an expectation of privacy. So in this case, it is very, very difficult to stop someone from recording you in public because you don't have an expectation of privacy.
One thing to keep in mind is if they do post the video and they're making money off the video, then there's an argument to say that they're using your face and your likeness to make money and
for commercial purposes.
They can't do that. So there's always a little,
That's why you need a
twist.
good lawyer.
That's why you need a good lawyer
Not
to argue.
him.
Hey, where's that tortilla?
And the worst part, Mike, is all of that wasted ice cream. Just imagine all of that liquidy ice cream melted, dripping on the floor.
Well, that brings up a good point. I mean, if someone slips on that could be a lawsuit, not just against the person that caused the ice cream to go on the ground, but if the store didn't clean it up in time, or the store was letting these pranksters run wild and create dangerous situations, someone could sue over that, especially if they get hurt.
And the thing is that if you do get hurt in a type of situation like that and you need to sue the store, I know a great way in order to hire an attorney to fight for you.
And it's called IThinkIHaveACase.com.
And we created this to allow people like you to get the justice you deserve. So definitely check out the link in the bio.
Yeah, if you have any questions, check it out.
All right, video number 3. Oh, okay.
All right. Video number 3.
Let's do it.
Let's look at this next one.
Let's look at this next video.
What the heck?
Yo, what's up, y'all? I got a time on y'all? Watchdog. 707. 707? Waiting for the bus to come. Bro, ain't no way you just sitting right here. You got this. Hold up. 300, 400. Fine. This your money? It was just sitting. It was your, so you got 10,000 to send right there. I don't think it's your money, bro. I'm gonna take it. I don't think it's your money. You sure it's him? How you know?
That's his, bro. That's his, bro.
It
That's
can't be.
his.
You think so, bro?
Oh my God.
Chill, bro, we pranking.
Look at
man.
It's a prank, yo. Yo, in the video, bro. In the video.
This is a pretty crazy prank to see how people react.
I have to be honest with you. If I was sitting somewhere and all of a sudden there was $10,000 next to me, I would actually be worried because I would not know the source of that money. And
Yeah.
if the source of that money is from some sort of nefarious or illegal means,
Criminal thing.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to now be charged because
That's because
I'm
you're a lawyer and you know the average person would be like, I want to keep this money and figure out a way. I mean,
and you
that's-
shouldn't, and you shouldn't. That's how you get in trouble.
But you know, the biggest concern obviously from here is how they, you know, react to this. And this is a pretty crazy prank because, you know, when you're dealing with lots of money, things can get scary. You know, people
Exactly.
can react.
Exactly.
You know, this guy's lucky that all they did is try to take it from his hands
Yeah.
and not something more serious because
Right.
$10,000 is a lot of money. People will
do
hurt
crazy
people for that.
things for $10,000.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So
Yeah.
yes, this prankster is actually lucky that the only thing they did was take it out of his hands. It could have been, it looked like it was going to be worse, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, they played that like nefarious music.
They
you know,
did.
That doom, doom. You're like,
Yes.
something bad is gonna happen here.
I imagine that's the music that you play in your dreams.
In my dreams?
Yes.
Why
'cause
would
you're
I do
a
that?
Dark person, Mike.
What are you talking about?
You're dark and evil.
I don't think anyone would agree with that. I honestly can't hold it against these people for reacting like, hey, it's their money. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's a natural human reaction to be like, oh, we're talking about a lot of money. I'm gonna pretend like it's mine. When this person's like, where did it come from?
Yeah,
you know,
I would never do that.
That person wasn't, the prankster wasn't acting like it was their money. They were setting you up.
Yeah,
you know?
the prankster absolutely setting you up. So
Yeah.
you would take the money is what you're saying.
I wouldn't say I do that. Look, I'm
What
not
are
going to
you
answer
saying?
that question. I'm just saying I can relate to these people.
I suggest you plead the fifth.
I'm going to invoke the fifth right now. But all I'm saying is that it's not a surprise to me that they reacted acting like it was their money. I
Yes.
can see a lot of people doing that.
Yes, I think I agree.
Would
with
I do that? I'm not going to answer that question. All I'm saying is I can understand.
We all know the answer, Mike.
I understand where they are
you.
coming
We all
from.
know the answer. You
Invoke
would take
the fifth.
Okay, so first and foremost, Mike, when you watch this video, one of the first questions that I think our audience might have is this a form of entrapment?
Well, it can't be because there's no government action here. This is not the police trying to get you caught in a crime.
Right.
This is just an individual doing a prank, so it's not entrapment.
Exactly, exactly. In order for it to be entrapment, it has to be the government that convinces a citizen to do something that they ordinarily would not do on their own. So it wouldn't be entrapment. This doesn't have to do with the government official. And there's a good argument that can also be had that these people would have done this on their own, regardless of whether it was the government that put the money there or somewhere else.
All right, so it's not entrapment, but what about the person who ran away and took the money from the guy, the prankster? Is there any chance that he could be charged, the one who ran away, with theft?
Yeah, well, let's call a spade a spade. He took property that he knew did not belong to him. He took that property by force with the intent to deprive the person he took the property from of that property. This is the classic definition of theft. The issue here is what is it worth, right? If it was real $10,000, this is obviously grand theft, right? But we're talking about monopoly money, we're talking about play money, we're talking about prop money.
Presumably, it's prop money.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Or else if I was that prankster, I would be in tears. I would be in tears.
Depends how much money you made off the YouTube views.
Right, good point. Very good point. Very good point. I'm sure Mr. Beast would have
Mr.
no
Beast would be
problem.
like, whatever.
No problem.
Yeah.
If it was real money, then absolutely you could be charged with grand theft because in most jurisdictions, grand theft can be anywhere between $500 up to $1,000. It depends from state to state. Check your local states. But if it is monopoly money, if it is Amazon money, Play money, now we're talking about petty larceny, which usually is under $1,000 or under $500. Again, check your jurisdiction. And that would still be considered theft. But the punishment for it would be different depending on the value of what was stolen.
It can't even goes like in a similar situation would be like if I found something on the ground and was holding it up going, I just found this wallet, and then someone goes and takes a wallet, right? You know, there's a potential argument that that person who took it, it's still theft, even though it wasn't my property that I held up. Taking property or something from someone's hands, that's theft.
That is theft.
That's gonna be theft.
That's theft, period. Point blank, period. It's theft.
Period.
So, Mike, we've seen clearly that yes, this is theft, but if they would have taken that money with some sort of physical force or physical violence, would that change the legality of this?
Oh yeah, you're upgrading your crime essentially. So going from either petty or grand theft, now you are committing robbery. And depending on what you do as far as that extra violence, if it's aggravated assault or it could be assault with a deadly weapon, depending on what you do with that violence, you're looking at more charges, more penalties, more jail time.
So now we're gonna go ahead and check out our next video.
Let's do it.
It's the latest idiotic social media prank, and it may just be
What?
the worst one yet.
I know him
Knuckleheads sneak up on shoppers and put a bucket over their head.
What?
Then the pranksters run off, leaving their victim to wonder, what the heck just happened? What does he do? He does it again.
Oh my
In some
God.
cases, the prankster tries to throw off their victim by also putting a bucket on their own head.
Clever.
That's pretty smart.
It's clever.
Why you just put a bucket on my head?
Someone just put a bucket on my head.
Did they?
Yeah.
The bucket prank happened at this target.
Uno reverse.
That's pretty smart though. If I see someone carrying around a bucket, I'm gonna
That's the
immediately-
thing, like now I'm on alert. I'm
Yeah.
on alert.
What people will do for attention on the internet is ridiculous nowadays. I honestly, it bothers me.
Yeah, I don't understand the reason. I mean, I guess because we're both.
No, they want, I mean, people want attention. They want, there could be money involved by views, obviously, and also people want the attention, but there's just better
Like,
ways to do it.
What are you willing to do? You know what I mean? Are
Yeah.
you willing to risk your personal freedom? Are you willing to risk criminal charges? Are you willing to risk your safety
Yeah,
to make
or-
$200 on the internet?
Or to even hurt someone, you know?
Yes,
you don't
exactly.
know, you don't know. It's just so ridiculous to do this stuff.
Absolutely, and it
Yeah.
looks like in this situation, someone was actually hurt.
The mom of 8-month-old twins says she went into shock.
I was disturbed to see a group of individuals laughing and filming me.
Engine 37, a seizure, a target.
She fainted, hit her head, and was rushed to the ER.
Oh my
Police
God.
at the mom put out this plea on Facebook, hoping to find her attackers. Please help. I was violently assaulted. Not funny at all.
Horrible.
So, I mean,
Horrible.
absolutely right. It's assault, you know,
Yes.
to do that to someone. But there's, big concern here is when people are doing these pranks, you don't know how each person could react differently to it.
Exactly.
Not just from the fact of like, oh, they could react and hurt you and get very upset. You also don't know what sort of conditions they have, how it may affect them.
Yes.
And this woman, she went into a seizure because everyone reacts differently to things and their bodies react differently to things.
Yes.
In law school, we learned about this called the eggshell plaintiff.
Yes, legally, that's exactly what it's called.
yeah.
The eggshell plaintiff, meaning that you take the plaintiff as it comes. It doesn't matter how fragile that plaintiff is. Each individual plaintiff, each individual victim has their own sensitivities. You can, in fact, be held liable even if an ordinary person would not have reacted the same way.
Exactly, yeah. Pranksters going out here, you need to be, one, concerned about how people may react and hurt you, but you also need to be concerned about how you may hurt someone, even if you think your prank is kind of innocent, like putting a bucket over someone's head. It could still have dire consequences.
You're 100% correct. I could not agree with you more. You're absolutely right.
Finally.
I completely agree.
Agrees one of these days.
Mike, if this woman actually suffered physical harm from this prank because of her medical condition, what is her legal recourse to these pranksters?
To sue. Doesn't matter what your underlying conditions are. If someone causes harm to you and they cause this incident to happen,
Right.
They're responsible for it, even if you did have some prior medical condition they didn't know about.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And just as you mentioned, all the damages that happen next. So that means her medical bills, if she has emotional trauma and she now needs therapy, that means trauma. That means anything that stems from this unlawful incident, she could sue for and be compensated for. Now, the question though is that, can she actually sue the store?
Whether she could sue the store would be dependent on, was the store aware of pranksters doing this? Did they do nothing about it? To hold a store liable will depend on what the store knew and if they could have prevented this situation from happening.
Yeah, you have to think of it as what is in the store's control. If there's something that's within the store's control and they have the ability to mitigate some sort of incident from happening to their customers, then yes, the store could be liable. But in this case, when you just have pranksters come in and start putting buckets on people's heads, it's not within the store's control. And it would be unreasonable for the store to stop selling buckets or to ban all type of buckets from Home Depot.
All right, On to the next one. So you have a flat tire.
This is a flat tire, I swear.
Oh my gosh. You've got to be kidding.
First of all, like,
what?
Scissors are like a weapon.
A weapon,
yeah.
absolutely.
Like, to even be pointing that at people.
And people's necks.
Yeah.
This is pathetic. To be honest with you, this is
just messed up.
You know, Mike, this is an example 100% of how someone could absolutely be injured. Not only could the person who's being pranked potentially be injured, but when you're talking about a sharp object pointed to someone's neck, that would easily, reasonably lead someone to have fear or apprehension of grave bodily injury, which would allow them to use self-defense.
This is one of the dumbest pranks. I mean, you don't know what someone's packing, if they have a weapon on them as well. If you go to cut someone's cord and you have a scissor coming at their neck, like you said, they could respond with deadly force.
Absolutely, justifiably.
And that's just crazy to do. And also, this person is asking to get hurt, is potentially to hurt someone. I mean, this is one of the dumbest pranks I've seen. Like, it's just not safe at all, and also just terrible to mess with people like this.
Why would you do something like this? And you should hate it.
I hate it. I'm really mad at it.
You should be angry.
I do not like this.
Mike is upset.
Do not make content like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to my music, so you brought my part to you or something.
Oh,
that's crazy.
This is so dangerous.
It's so dangerous. He's so close to their neck trying to cut him.
Are you on something, bro? Are you on something?
He's acting like they're crazy for responding with anger.
I think this is making my blood boil, Mike. It's making my blood boil.
And then he's like acting like, what'd I do? What'd I do?
Right.
I hate that.
Are you on something? Why are you mad?
Like you just came up to me with a scissor and cut my property and
100%.
almost hurt me.
Oh my gosh.
This is terrible.
This guy's crazy. He's brave.
Oh, look, now he's getting...
This is insane. Look at that.
Yeah,
there you go.
someone's hitting him.
There you go.
Yeah.
I knew this would happen. Look at him. He's bleeding. Of course he is.
Don't fucking do that shit in the hood.
Of course he's bleeding.
That shit burns.
Big shocker. He gets hurt. He gets his lip busted. Doing dumb pranks like this, there's a high risk that you're going to get hurt.
Exactly.
And especially this one is one of the worst because, you know, a scissor is a dangerous item. 100%. Even when you're handing a scissor to someone, you're supposed to be careful, right?
Right. Didn't your mother tell you that when you were young, not to run around with scissors?
Exactly. That's like the one thing. This guy's running around with scissors,
literally,
and pointing them at people and going up to their neck. And
unbelievable.
There's just a lot of concern here about doing a prank like this. So Ugo, I don't know if you knew this. There's other people doing pranks like this where they do cut the headphones, but they at least give them new AirPods after. This guy cuts their headphones and then gives them nothing and just runs away.
Ridiculous.
I don't understand the point other than to just piss people off.
He's a menace. So this prankster is coming at people with these scissors. What crimes do you think he could be charged with?
Well, absolutely, he could be charged with assault if he actually makes contact with the people, then battery. But you know, just coming up to someone with a weapon, essentially, and putting any type of fear of whether they are going to get hurt, stabbed with the scissors, or even the fact that they're concerned that their headphones are going to get cut. That's all assault. You know, they're putting them in apprehension and fear of something bad happening, and possibly you know, assault with a deadly weapon because scissors are blades. You know, they
have a very vigorous prosecutor who wants to set an example for other people to not do this type of thing, to deter this type of activity, could absolutely charge for assault with a deadly weapon.
And you better believe that they want to deter this type of behavior because they do not want copycats doing this.
Yeah, this is
just dangerous for everyone involved.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, he could also be charged with destruction of property as well, because he is destroying people's property. So there are multiple charges that can be thrown at him. He's lucky that all he got was a busted lip.
Yeah.
Lucky. Do not do this. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't. Well, I guess our tortilla prank doesn't seem so bad after that.
Well, to be honest, I'm still bitter about that. My face tingles a little bit, and I'm even considering legal action.
I think it moisturizes your skin. It looks great.
Oh, thank you.
But remember, a little viral YouTube prank is not worth it if you're damaging someone's property.
Or potentially causing them any type of physical harm.
Trust me, the likes and subscribers are not worth fines or jail time.
With that said though, please like and subscribe.
Please do.